Alright, so the next 5 or so videos that you're going to see up on the channel are kind of a little bit of a departure from what I've been doing before. I mean, it's mostly been car stuff and a camping trip. Tyler was there for that, and he was there for a couple of the car videos as well. But we hiked the Mason-Dixon Trail together. We had a few friends join us along the way. We're just kind of going to give an introduction to the series, just kind of throw this up. It's being recorded on Sunday, and it's hopefully going to be up tomorrow on Monday, so see if I can get that up in time. But anyway, starting in a couple weeks roughly, you'll see the videos from the Mason-Dixon Trail series coming along. So just kind of going to give an introduction to that. Just kind of the, the who, what, where, when, why, how. So Mason-Dixon Trail, it's a 201.5 Blue Blaze trail that goes from Pennsylvania down into Maryland, into Delaware, and then back into Pennsylvania. Connects the Appalachian Trail and the Brandywine Trail. Like I said, marked with blue blazes along the way. So, I mean, like how we get started on that, it's kind of like we were just doing like segments of it.
Our teacher, he asked on Facebook if anybody had any cool places to hike, and a science teacher that we both had, who was a great teacher, said on the Mason-Dixon Trail there's a place that leads to what's called the Uray Overlook, and it's a really cool hike spot. You guys should look at it. And then we did that, and then we started realizing that in a bunch of other areas where we'd gone, the Mason-Dixon trailblazes were there. And we were like, how long is this trail? And then he looked it up and saw that it's 200 miles long and goes through like 3 different states, and then asked if I would be down to hike it and try to do the entire thing segment by segment. And I was like, yeah, sure, that sounds like a fun project.
It was kind of something that like he's been saying, we've just been doing bits and pieces, and like we knew where some segments were already. But it's kind of one of those things that like I was just kind of sitting there one day and I was looking through it and I was like, hey, we could totally do that because each end is within an hour and a half of our houses, so it would totally be doable. So yeah, there's that cool trail. But yeah, we knew most of the legs around Maryland actually already.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it was interesting how close some of it got to our houses, and then like some of the cool spots that we hit along the way. So you'll see in the videos coming up like where the other areas are that we went already. A lot of cool overlooks and stuff. I'll throw in Uray Overlook like he was talking about already. But yeah, so that's kind of like what the Mason-Dixon Trail is and then how we did it. It was just mainly us two. Or not mainly us two, but we did the whole thing together. We had some other friends join in. We had us two. We had, who else? Jacob, Jameson, Garrett, and other Tyler. I think that was it. But yeah, I mean, pretty much it was pretty simple how we did it. We'd find a day that would work for the both of us. Once it would work for the both of us, we'd call up some of the other guys, say, hey, what are you guys like doing today? If they're free, we'll ask them if they want to come along and hike. Anyways, we had the maps that we'd take along, so Mason-Dixon Trail System maps comes in a pack of 10. I have maps 1 through 6 right here. He's got the other 4. But yeah, we'd pick a day, pull out the map, find a spot and be like, hey, let's go from this parking lot to this parking lot. We'd kind of map out how long it is because it has directions on the back. And then we just kind of hike from there. We'd take one of our cars, both of us would drive up, and if we had several people, we'd just pack them into 2 different cars. We drive one up, park it in one spot where we're going to finish, and then take the other one, and then park it where we're going to start, hike towards the finished car, and then just kind of go back to where we started. So that's kind of how we do it. We throw lunch in our bags every day if we're eating on the trail, water bottles. I always carry water bottle, first aid kit, extra pair of socks, or my hiking boots or running shoes, something like that. I don't know if you carried anything else that's important.
Not really. Pocket knife for safety, that's about it.
But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much how we did it. So it's kind of who, how, what, where. I mean, obviously Mason-Dixon Trail, and then it took us about 4 months to do it. We started, because obviously we weren't going straight shot at it, but we started in, was it April 20th? Started on April 20th, and then finished August 21st because it was like 4 months and 1 day later. But yeah. That's pretty much just the gist of it. You got anything else?
Not necessarily.
It's a cool trail to hike. There's some areas where it's super strenuous and it'll kill you, and then there are some areas where you're pretty much just walking flat ground.
And you will see things you never even thought you'd see anywhere in this area. There's a statue of a Tyrannosaurus Rex next to a log cabin in the middle of Pennsylvania. You just see, I can't even tell you, there's just a lot of really interesting things that you wouldn't even know, and it's kind of fascinating to go because you see these things that are really close to where you live that you just never knew were there, and it's very interesting. It kind of opens your eyes.
There's also a lot of cool architecture, which is something that I didn't think that we'd be seeing
Yeah.
too. A lot of cool, really big stone or like wooden log cabin type houses.
Like the old colonial Victorian kind of stuff. You had log cabins, just pretty much anything you can think of.
Yeah, there's a bit of everything really. All right, we had to cut that out a bit because you probably heard all the screaming and yelling in the background. There was a soccer tournament going on right behind us because we're in a public park, and it finished up, and all the kids were like young and started screaming because they were excited they won and stuff. But anyways, yeah, like I was showing you, we got the maps right there. This little thing, it gives you a little brief introduction of the Mason-Dixon Trail. You can find pretty much all this information on Wikipedia or just doing your own research online. But I mean, it talks about some of the historic areas that it hits. We went over some of them: Brandywine Creek, White Clay Creek Preserve. Yeah, hiked through a whole bunch of different like historical and monumental areas, so that's pretty cool. And then once again, all the maps are listed right here. 117.9 miles, 22.3, 17.9, 19.3, 30.4, 20.5, 16.2, 16.2, 22.8, 18.0, and totals up to 201.5 miles. So if you're interested in picking up some of these trails, they sell them at Shanks Mare Outfitters, which is like in Wrightsville, or like the Susquehanna Zimmerman Heritage Center, something like that. I'll put it in if I got that wrong, but that's it's right in the same area. They're right in Wrightsville, Pennsylvania. So, you got anything more?
I don't think so.
Only other thing that I have, and Tyler hasn't even seen these yet, but upon completing the trail, you can get a certificate of completion. So, I got one for the both of us.
Oh, really?
And you get a patch that comes with it. So,
That's awesome.
here's the patch.
Thank you.
Of course.
That's so cool.
Oh yeah. So you can see right there, it says that it certifies that you've completed the 200-mile Mason-Dixon Trail through Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Delaware, and then it says when you completed it. So got those printed out from the president of the club. You just got to contact him if you finish it via Facebook or email or whatever. But yeah, so I figured I'd just give a quick introduction just of what the next few videos are going to be. It's an interesting series. Some of the videos are like 15 minutes long, and then I think the longest is like 47 minutes. So they're going to be varied in length depending on the maps. I have them segmented out by map, so they're already edited. They're already up on YouTube, or they're not up on YouTube, but they're scheduled to upload. So that's all I got.
I think that's all.
All right, cool. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the series.
Yes, sir.